Hello friends. I'm sure we're all getting used to seeing the equip swap glitch by now, but for the uninitiated out there, it's a glitch that allows us to equip one item over a different item slot. So in this video here, I'm just equipping my fish bottle over the moon tier slot, and then when I dump the fish, the empty bottle gets written over the moon tier's trade item slot. And what that means is, in effect, I can just make as many fish as I want. This is a glitch you've probably seen used for duping Zora eggs in speedruns, or duping Big Pose in Ocarina of Time speedruns. But one really neat thing about it is just the ability to create all of these bottled items. Unfortunately, as you see here, as I keep dropping fish, I can never have more than 4 out at once, because they just disappear too quickly. You know, they flop around during the dropping cutscene, and by the time I would get the 5th one out, the first one has disappeared. So it would be neat if we had some way to take advantage of being able to spawn as many bottleable items as we want without this limitation here. And this line of thinking takes us from a very new glitch to a very old glitch. So this is one where, by messing around in shallow water, I'm able to interrupt taking off Zora Mask. And one side effect of this interruption is that most of the actors are going to be completely frozen. You can see the Deku Scrub is frozen, that Octo there is frozen, and this has the very nice benefit of when we use a bottled item, say drop a fish, it's frozen too, just floats there. Okay, so now we have both ingredients that we need to do some really wacky things. So now you can see I've prepared a large number of fish. You can just equip swap over and over again, drop as many as you want, and they'll just sit there until you cancel this glitch. And now you can see them all returning to normal behavior. I've done the same thing with fairies, and they have an interesting display thing going on where the last one to be dropped is always on top of the ones before it, no matter how they're oriented, so it creates kind of a weird optical illusion there. You see that if we unfreeze the fairies, just like the fish, they do what they would normally do. This time I've set up a circle of bugs. They end up looking considerably more odd, probably because they spawn 3 at a time, so the first frame of their dropping animation there has them all kind of in a group together. One thing about this setup here is that I actually spawned so many of them that it won't load anymore. If I try to drop more bugs, nothing happens. So if we let these guys go, they just do their thing. Most of them burrow back into the ground instantly. One thing that's interesting is, you might say, hey, you've set up a situation where you've loaded so many objects that nothing else can load. Can that be useful? And it can be. Now we're in Great Bay Temple and we're actually going to put this glitch to use. So I use the shallow water here to interrupt taking off Zora Mask, and I can start equip swap duping these fish. But for our purposes, we're going to need quite a lot of fish. So I am speeding up the video here by a factor of 40, because I'm going to need a total of 225 fish. Now, it may not look like much is happening here, but I'm placing all the fish on top of each other, so there are actually quite a lot of fish loaded right now. You just can't really tell. Okay, so here's our final fish. And now that we've duped all of them, we can put on Zora Mask and cancel the glitch, so that we can move around once again. But something appears to be wrong. What's going on is that there are so many fish loaded right now that the game can't actually render frames faster than about 1 frame per second. So we've got a Majora's Mask PowerPoint going on here. But at our very, very slow rate, we're going to swim towards the loading trigger for the main room here. One very convenient feature of the way Majora's Mask loads things is it likes you to be able to see the room that you're leaving as you enter a new one, which means that there's a brief period of time where both rooms are loaded. So all of the fish that are on screen are going to remain loaded as we enter this main room here, and that means that there's not going to be enough open memory to load everything in this room. Luckily, as we get far enough into this room, the previous room that we were in will fully unload, and we will get our frame rate back very shortly here. Alright, there it is. So I bonked the wall here a few times. So most of the things are still here in this room, but one notable absence is that waterfall there. There's normally supposed to be a waterfall covering that ladder, keeping us from accessing that room, but it's not loaded right now. And we can just feel free to climb up here and walk in this room. So there's what normally would have blocked us off. In this video, I've done the same thing but duped even more fish. So this time when we head to the main room, things are going to look different from last time. It's kind of eerily quiet in this room right now. And one reason for that is not only is the waterfall gone, but the turnkey is gone. The whole damn thing unloaded. You can see that not even the water texture is loaded anymore. So in the last clip that I have for you today, I have loaded so many bottled items that visual frames have completely stopped updating. We've gone from a PowerPoint show to a still image here. And I am currently loading a room in Woodfall Temple. I've gone through a sliding door. But visual frames won't update until the previous room is completely unloaded. You can hear the fish there that I've dropped. Okay, so here's the main room of Woodfall Temple, and basically nothing is loaded. We have no enemies, no grass, no pots, no torches, no switches. The huge wooden flower that is normally present in the middle of the room is not loaded. And we've got almost nothing. We've just got the water down here, but there's no texture to the water loaded either. So this just shows you exactly how much impact this glitch can have. So, thank you for watching.